All right, now we got the dreaded quadratic equation here.
Dun dun dun
I
dun.
know. Okay, so this guy is going to go up, right? And we want to go, it's going to go up 40 meters, right? It's actually going to reach 27 meters, which is somewhere there, right? It's going to reach that on the way up, right? And that'll be our first route, and then this is our second one, right? Now, the straight up, the way to do this, okay, is, don't be afraid of the quadratic equation, okay? So what we do is we want to Suvat this, right? We're going to go from the ground to 27 meters, right? So if we Suvat that, okay, if we Suvat that, we know the initial velocity is 28 meters per second. We know the final, well, we don't know it. Okay, the acceleration is negative 9.81. And then we want to make this be 27 meters, okay? So it seems like, oh, now I've labeled one unit, I got to label them all, right? Okay, it seems like what we want to do if we want to find t is use no v, right? So, but therein lies the rub, right? So we're going to use this guy. S is u t plus 1/2 at squared. Okay. Now, if we plug in the numbers here, you realize the problem. Okay, 27 equals 28t plus 1/2 negative 9.81 times t squared, right? Now we've got a quadratic equation, right? So what we want to do is we want to rewrite this in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Because if we do that, we can just use the quadratic equation, okay? So now what we got to do is just flip this guy around. So half of 9.81 is negative 4.905. Now, my OCD is making me check this, but I'm pretty sure that I'm right. Yes. All right. And that's t squared, right? And then we go plus 28t, right? And then minus 27. And then we got to say it's 0. This side always has to be 0 to properly use the quadratic equation. Okay? So therefore, my value of a for the quadratic equation, right, is this. Right? My value for b is this. Right? My value for c is, well, it's all of this, right? So really it's plus a negative 27, right? So you got to be careful there, right? Remember that the quadratic equation is what? The opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a, right? So this is going to look like our time is going to be, let's draw a little, let's do a demarcation here. Okay, so our time is the opposite of 28 plus or minus, and we're going to have to do this, evaluate this expression 2 times, right? The square root of 28 squared, okay, minus 4 times negative 4.905, right, times c. What is c? Negative 27. Well, all these negatives. Miss one of those up and you're a goner. All right. And then all of that is over 2 times negative 4.905. That's a 9. That's a 4. There we go. Okay. Now, if you have one of those calculators, you can go alpha F1, hit the first thing, and make it look like a fraction. If your calculator doesn't do that, right? If you can't do that, and my calculator doesn't do that, then you have to do it with parentheses. Okay. So literally, you're going to do this: parentheses minus 28. And I'm going to do plus first, and then eventually it'll be minus, right? Okay. And then it'll go square root parentheses 28 squared, right, minus 4 times negative, has to be that little gimpy minus, right, 4.905, okay, times, it has to be a unary minus again, 27, right, okay. Now we got to do a parentheses to end this square root, right. Now we have to do a parentheses to end, this guy matches this guy, right, we're ending the numerator, right? We got our whole numerator there. And now we go divided by, okay? And then we got to do parentheses to begin our denominator. This is why the fraction thing is very cool, okay? 2 times, right? Unary minus 4.905, okay? Now we're all set. So let's see if I can do that on my calculator. I'm setting this thing up. I'm going left parenthesis, opposite of 28. I'm going to go plus first, and then I go square root, left parenthesis. And when I do square root, I actually, on this calculator, have to type the left parenthesis. 28 squared, okay, minus 4 times negative 4.905 times negative 27, okay. Right parenthesis, I'm ending that one. Right parenthesis, now I'm done with the numerator, divided by parenthesis 2 times negative 4.905. Holy cow, I hit enter, I pray that it works. Yes. So the first time I do this, I get 1.2287 seconds, right, which would be that'd be our 1.23 seconds, okay? Okay, and then now I'm going to do a second entry, and I get it back. I'm going to go back up there, and I'm going to change that plus to a minus. So you go second entry. It's the same as second enter. Okay, I'm going to change that guy to a minus. And when I do that, I get the 4.47966. 4.47966. Whoa. This thing is really having a hard time. Okay, and that's our second root. So that is the time. That's the time for on the way down. That's the 4.48 seconds, right? The 1.23 seconds is on the way up. Okay, that's an 8 there. Okay, so that's why we have 2 different times. Now, there's another way to do this, but I'll show you that in the next video. Okay.